Hello students, welcome to the channel, and today we'll be talking something related uh, to the revision of grade 8. So in the last revision, students, we had studied that we had studied from lesson 4 to lesson 1 to lesson 5, right? So in this revision we'll be studying from lesson 6 to lesson 7 and lesson 8, so 6 to 8, right? So I want you to have your reader book and your pen and a notebook, a rough notebook with you, so that whatever points I speak to you, it's clear to you and you write it down, right? So students, so let us start. So if you go on lesson number 6 till lesson number 5, we had done. So now we'll be going to lesson number 6. So the name of the lesson number 6 is a poem, and it is lines written in early spring, right? And I had already explained you recently about it, and it was written by William Wordsworth, who was a romantic era poet, right? So now we'll be learning something about it. So if you observe in page number 52, there is an autobiography of a tree. So you have to write about an autobiography of a tree. And what is an autobiography? Autobiography is is something that I am imagining that I am a tree and I am writing in a first person perspective, right? So as a first person, so I'll be starting like I am a tree and I was sown by this person. This person took care of me, then I grew up, then many people started, many people became my friends. So if you go over here, students, you will observe that okay. So if you go here, so in this slide you are observing, students, that think about what you are going to write and jot down the thoughts in the form of points. This I have explained you earlier also, that anything that you want to write, for example, I had explained you this in character sketch. So anything that you want to write, you just make few notes or make few points of it, right? Now y'all are in grade 8, so no spoon feeding will be given to y'all. Y'all need to create your own write-ups. Now you'll have to be more what we say, more responsible, and you have to do it on your own self. Second is make a note of the facts and lifetime events which are worth including in autobiography. So make an account of anything that is important, list out. So the owner of the tree will be a very important thing, okay? Just I'm giving you an example. Anything can be important from your point of view. It's nothing that this thing that I'm saying is very important and other things are not. I'm just giving you an example, right? So the name of the tree will be very important. Suppose it's a mango sapling, then it grows into a tree, or anything that you like, okay? So you have to imagine that what is important from your point of view, right? Okay. And next is sort of informative, and it's information, and arrange it in a chronological order. Describe the events in person's life in the order which they took place, starting with the earliest and ending with the most recent. So you have to start with the earliest, okay? You cannot start just like this tree is a tree. So you have to start when this tree is a sapling, then it becomes a little plant, then you take care, then you nurture it, and then it becomes a tree, right? Okay. And then what is written, form an outline from the written points. The outline should consist of the main event in the person. So now the autobiography that you are writing is not of a person, it's of a tree. So any important thing that has happened in with the tree, any important event that took place, that also you have to think. So these are just hints and examples given to you, students. With the help of these examples, you can write a whole autobiography, which will be very very good if you try to write it in a way that is written, right? So this is the thing. So I hope you'll have understood. So autobiography writing you'll find in lesson number 6 and on page number 52. So students, today's activity, everyday activity will be given to y'all, and it is your duty to prepare the activity either in a word file or in a notebook, if you like, anywhere where you're comfortable, and you have to email it to the specific, teacher, right? Okay. And today's activity is given on page number 52 of your literature reader. It is design a poster demonstrating the impact of human activity on nature. At the same time, highlight the importance of appreciating and preserving these natural wonders. Give a slogan to the poster. So human activity. So what are the human activity? Humans pollute, humans cut the trees, humans do this, humans destroy the nature. So these are the human activities which create negative impact on the earth. So you have to make a poster. So a poster, you don't need to buy or anything like that. I know this time anything will be very difficult for you to purchase and everything right now. So you do one thing, that in your notebook or in your any rough book, you can just draw. Okay, if you have a drawing page also, you can use that also. If you have a rough book, you can use that, no problem. Paper is not a matter, but the matter that you're drawing inside. So if you see students, here the poster is given, and the poster is something that has a picture also, and that has a slogan also. So you have to also decide the slogan, and you have to prepare and color it, make it beautiful, make it creative. Okay, and the slogan should be strong, impactful, and short and catchy. The slogan should not be very long, of 2-3 paragraphs or essay. No, that is not a slogan, then that is an essay, right? So slogan is always 1 or 2 sentence. It's very very short, it's very catchy, it's easily understandable, and it's very catchy. For example, like, keep clean, or green, save the environment, something like that. The slogans, right? There are many slogans out there, so you can use any of the slogans. You can create the slogans in your mind also. So I'll appreciate that more if you try to make slogans from your side. There are many ready-made slogans also, but avoid copy pasting, I told you earlier also. So you have to, what should be there in the poster? There should be a slogan, and what negative impact human beings are doing on the earth, like polluting, cutting the trees, killing animals. All these things you can showcase. Global warming, you know that better than me. So I hope I'll expect little good, better. I know y'all can do the best. I want you to write everything in it that is sensible, that it looks like it's a 8th standard child writing, right? Okay, no senior kg, lower kg work should be done. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear to y'all. Students, if you come to page number 51, you will find a table, appreciation table, wherein you will find elements of nature in one column, and in the other column that you have to fill imagery in the poem. So what is the meaning is very simple. You have to understand that element of nature, what imagery it possesses in the poem. Right? I'll explain you once again. It means that element of nature, what imagery it is representing in the poem. Okay, how it is used as an imagery in the poem. Basically that you have to write, right? So the first one, if you find it grove. So what is the meaning of grove, and where you will find grove? So if you observe this line, the second line in the poem, it is, while in a grove I sate reclined. Okay, so this is how grove is written. grove is used as an imagery in the poem. So after grove you will be writing, while in a grove I sate reclined, right? So this is the sentence. Nothing, no brain racking, nothing. It's nothing very difficult. Second, flowers. So flowers, if you see, where are flowers given in the poem? Yes, flower is given like this. Through primrose tufts in the green bower, the periwinkle trail retreats, and 'tis my fate that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. It means this is how flower is used as an imagery in the poem. So if you observe from and it is my faith, and it is my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. So from and till breathes, if you notice students, you'll find out that how a flower is used as a an imagery. So I gave you two answers, that is grove and flowers. Birds and twigs, you will be finding it by your own self. Okay students, next, if you observe in the appreciation part, the B one, so it is write down two instances. Instances means examples. Write down two instances of alliteration in the poem. Students, first we'll understand what is alliteration and then we'll go somewhere further. So I'll just move like this. Yes, this students, this is that picture that I wanted to show you. This is that activity, this is the today's activity that you're going to do. Okay, so you observe, you can read this and you can take inspiration from the picture that is given to you. Either you can draw the same picture, or if drawing is your passion, you can recreate the same picture. Okay, so this was the picture. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so this, what I was talking about, is the imagery, students. If you observe over here, so elements of nature is given to you. So you can see grove. What is grove? Then flowers, the periwinkle trails its wreath, every flower enjoys the air it breathes. So this is how flower is used as an imagery in the poem. So if you observe birds and twigs, so birds and twigs hopped and played, their thoughts I cannot measure. So this is how bird is used as an imagery in the poem. And now we come to twigs, students. So twigs, budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air. This is how twigs is used as an imagery, students. Okay, I hope you understand this, right? Okay, now we'll go to what did I say, alliteration. We'll go to alliteration now. Yeah, so alliteration is the use of same consonant. What is a consonant, students? Consonant is anything that is not a vowel. Anything that is other than A, E, I, O, U. Any alphabet that is other than A, E, I, O, U is considered as a consonant. Okay, so the use of same consonant in the beginning of a sentence or a line or a verse is called as alliteration. So here the example is given. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. So you see the sound of P is repeated. Okay, so this whole sentence is the example of alliteration. If you notice, students, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. So the sound of P is repeated over here. So the whole sentence becomes an alliteration. Okay, so do not confuse it with repetition, because in repetition what happens, the whole word or the whole phrase is repeated again and again in the poem or in the text to emphasize or to create a rhythmic effect. But in alliteration what happens, the use of consonant means anything that is not a vowel. Anything other than A, E, I, O, U is called as a consonant. Okay, so anything that is a consonant and the sound of it is repeated, sound of P is repeated, you can see over here in the example, that is called as the alliteration. Okay, so I want you to find out the alliteration in the poem. So Okay, it will be very easy for you. So if you observe, what man made of man, so the sound of m is repeated in the whole sentence, so that is the example of alliteration. What man made of man, okay, more than 3 times it's repeated, so that is called as alliteration. So I want you to now search. It is your task to search alliteration, students, now. Okay, so I want you to search alliteration and tell me in the comment section what is alliteration and where it is used in the poem The Lines Written in Early Spring. Okay, so if you see over here also the definition according to the meaning, or according to the dictionary, it's given the use of the same letter or sound at the beginning of the word that are close together, as in he built a big boat. So you see in the beginning b is repeated, so the sound of b is repeated. He built a big boat, so built big boat, right? So this becomes an alliteration. I hope it's clear, students. Now we'll move on to the next. The two brothers, students, if you see, you have this graphic organizer over here. The graphic organizer is given. So for this graphic organizer, I want you to go back to my lecture. Okay, I want you to go back to my lecture where I had explained the whole lesson, the two brothers, where I had explained. On the board, if you observe right hand side, the whole ready-made graphic organizer is given to you. So what you have to do, go back to my video where I have explained the whole thing of the two brothers, and on the right hand side of the board you will find very easily the whole graphic organizer is given. So what is a graphic organizer? We'll discuss about that. So a graphic organizer is like a chart, like after this will come, after this, after this, you know, it's like a concept map or a chart kind of thing, wherein you have to fill the details. The first one should be matching with should be related in one or the other way to the other organizer. Are you understanding? So that is a graphic organizer, and chronology is very important. That means first they found the stone, afterwards they did the task. Is it true? No. So first they found the stone. In that stone, the first task was written. You have to, if anyone finds a stone, first do the task, second task, third task, then they'll find happiness. First they'll find a house, then they'll find happiness. So it should go line wise. It should not be first they found a stone and at the end the the little brother became the king. That is not a graphic organizer then. That is something rubbish then. Okay, according to the definition graphic organizer. So everything should be in proper place and chronological order. Okay, so you are going to do this also as an activity, right, students? And first poster you will be doing. So you will not do everything in one day, you will do one activity in one day, but I am just reminding you that first today you do poster. Okay, whenever you are watching this video, you do the poster. After that you do the graphic organizer. You can do it in your rough book or any book. That is not a big issue, or you can even do it in a word file, no problem. Okay, now students, we come to the Ballad of the Tempest, right? The Ballad of the Tempest, written by James Thomas Field. So what is happening over here is synecdoche. What is synecdoche, students? If you observe over here, synecdoche, I had explained you, I had even told you in the earlier video that how to pronounce synecdoche, right? I had also told you how to pronounce synecdoche. So synecdoche means, what is synecdoche? Is a figure of speech which a part of something is represented as a whole, or a whole is represented as a part. So we had observed this over here in this poem, like not a soul was just a minute. Yes, not a soul would dare to sleep. So here a part is representing all the members in the boat. What is a part? The soul is a small entity representing a larger entity, that is the crowd. Another example is when a whole represents a part, that is also synecdoche. When a part represents a whole, that is also called as synecdoche, right? So Australia won the match, right? Australia won the match. So Australia is a whole and it is representing 11 members of the team as a 11 members of the team as a part. So a whole is representing as a part, right? Okay. So I hope you all have understood. Now we'll go to personification, students. So if you observe your personification, over here, students, so what is personification? Personification is the is the quality of an animate thing or anything that is breathing and living. The quality of that thing is given to a thing that cannot possess the quality of a breathing living thing. For example, the examples are given to you on the screen. The sun peeked happily from behind the cloud. So is the sun aware that he is peeking from behind peeking from behind the clouds? No. Okay, is the sun aware that does the sun play hide and seek with the cloud? No, that quality is not possessed by this inanimate thing. Okay, but we are giving the quality. Next example is the tree danced back and forth in the wind. So can the tree dance? Who dances? I think human beings possess the quality of dancing. So tree cannot dance, students, right? And with the wind, can it dance back and forth in the wind? No. Actually, the trees are shaking because of the wind. But to make it look more creative and beautiful, what do authors and poets do? They use personification to grab the reader's attention. So it's like, if I say the tree is moving, moving back and forth in the wind, it won't sound good. It would sound so boring and you would just leave the book and just go, that how terrible this is written. But if I write the tree danced back and forth in the wind, so it is little bit interesting. It creates curiosity in your mind, right, students? Next is the car happily squealed down the highway. So can the car happily go down the highway? No. Actually, I am driving. That is the reason why the car is going down. But does the car be happy or sad? No, it cannot be, because the quality of being happy or the quality of being sad is possessed by a human being and not by a car. So I hope you have understood what personification is. And if you have any other doubts, students, you can comment down in the comment section, and do not forget today's tasks. So what are the tasks? So if you're watching this video now, so you will be doing the poster. Next day you will be doing the graphic organizer. Okay, students, I hope you all have understood the revision. This was English revision of Communicate with Cambridge Literature Reader, lesson 6, lesson 7 and lesson 8. Students, if you have not watched this video till the end, please make sure you watch it till the end. Do not forget to subscribe, like the video, and even share it with your friends if you think they need any sort of revision of such. Okay, so I am signing off. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you, students.